Good evening, welcome back. It is Wednesday, July 26, 2023. We have a few birthdays and a few events to talk about real quickly. I'm going to start back in 1987 at Talladega. Bill Elliott won that race, but it was the last speedway race, Daytona or Talladega style race, prior to the restrictor plates being used in Daytona of 88. So in the Daytona and the Talladega race in July of 87, they reduced the size of the Venturi opening of the carburetor. They didn't put carburetor plates on them yet, but they were using other methods to slow the cars down. But this would be the final race before the plate. And it was not really memorable in the fact that who won and what happened, but it was just kind of that moment in NASCAR history that this is the last time that this happened. 1992 at Talladega, Ernie Irvan won. Bigger story was third-place finisher Davey Allison, who had crashed savagely the week before at Pocono while racing with Darrell Waltrip. Davey did make his return. He practiced and qualified and started the race, but he had, of course, the concussion, the fractured wrist, the cracked temple, and a lot of other injuries. At the first caution flag, he got out of the car and Bobby Hillin took over, and Bobby drove to a solid third-place finish, allowing Davey Allison to maintain I think Davey may have been leading the points at the time. If not, he was really close, but it allowed him to stay within striking distance of the lead. 1997 at Gateway, Elliott Sadler won, but this race is more known for the heat. Drivers getting sick, drivers passing out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. talks about it in his podcast where he was running this race, and it was just miserable. And he seen some cars spinning up ahead, and he intentionally aimed for Robert Presley's car so it would take him out of the race. And then he eventually got called to duty later that day, relieving for Glenn Allen Jr., who was falling victim to the heat. But go back and watch that race. There was a lot of cautions, a lot of crashes, it was just a miserable day outside of St. Louis that day. And in 2014, I was at this race as well at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Nationwide Series. To date, Ty Dillon's only career win in that series. So we got a few birthdays we'll talk about. I didn't get the date down, but Raymond Fox III, he was a crew chief and a crew member for Davey Allison and the Yates team for a long time. Born on this date in 1983, former Truck Series regular Miguel Paludo Jr. Born on this date, one of the World Outlaws drivers, born on this date in 1952, Doug Wolfgang. We talked about this driver the other day, born on this date in 1950, but he did pass away in 1990 in a sprint car crash at Salem, Mr. Rich Vogler. So I searched high and low, and I thought I had more cards of Rich, but there you see, talking about his accident, just a few days short of his 40th birthday. And then our final driver, born on this date in 1938, and he passed away last year, longtime independent driver, Mr. Buddy Arrington. Of course, his son Joey celebrated a birthday yesterday. Ironically, Joey was 67 yesterday, which was Buddy's longtime car number. So there you can see his stats up to that point, 533 career starts. I believe he ended with 535, maybe 538. No wins, only a handful of top fives. You can see he was in the top 10 about 20% of the time, and then no career poles. But at any rate, that's our birthdays, that's our events, that's a wrap, and we're going to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.